In the news, Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 warns of second lockdown. New political force coming, Okorocha. On the international scene, Nigerian soldiers killed while pursuing jihadists. U.S. accused of meddling in elections by Ugandan authorities. Trump, Biden clash over lifting travel bans. In business, gold prices stays firm. Investors await Janet Yellen's speech. And in sports, excitement as Turkish fan names new restaurant after Super Eagles legend Amokachi. Details shortly. Hello and welcome to TOS TV, your digital-first Pan-African network. I am Nkamian John. This is TOS News 360. Nigeria's Presidential Task Force, PTF, on COVID-19 has warned Nigerians against a second lockdown in the country. The chairman of PTF, Boss Mustapha, made the call at a briefing in Abuja. Mustapha, who is also the secretary to the government of the Federation, said this could be done by complying with protocols released by the government. According to him, and I quote, "Let me remind you that the pandemic is raging and all tiers of government and citizens must keep their hands on deck. We are in a difficult situation which balance must continue to be struck between lives and livelihood. We are considering all options while hoping that broad cooperation will be received. We must do everything possible to avoid a second lockdown in Nigeria." Now, former governor of the southeast state of Imo and 7th Senator Rochas Okorocha on Monday revealed that a formidable political party will soon be launched. He said the new party will provide a credible alternative to the People's Democratic Party PDP and the ruling All Progressive Congress APC. The senator, a founding APC member, said he and other progressive-minded politicians are mulling the new political order because of silent agitations and complaints against the state of the nation. According to him, there is an urgent need for the regrouping of the good politicians to restore public confidence in governance. Okorocha, who represents Imo West, said the country needed political re-engineering, warning that Nigerians cannot be fooled again by mischievous politicians come 2023. Now, staying with politics, reports making the rounds from Nigeria's south state of Akwa Ibom say that the state's chapter chairman of the People's Democratic Party PDP, Udo Ekpenyong, is dead. Ekpenyong was reported to have passed on in the early hours of Tuesday, January 19, 2021, from suspected COVID-19 complications. Now, details of his rumored demise are sketchy, as neither the state government nor the party in the state has issued an official statement. According to reports, the PDP chairman, Ekpenyong, has not been seen in public for quite a while, raising concerns that he may have been receiving treatment at the isolation center. This is your digital-first Pan-African network, TOS TV network. You are watching TOS News 360. Up next are developments on the international scene after the break. Do stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. We start from the West African state of Niger, where 4 soldiers were killed on Monday and 8 others seriously injured after an explosion at an artisanal mine in the southern part of the country near the border with Nigeria. Now, according to Niger's Minister of Defense, the soldiers were pursuing jihadists who had attacked a military post in the southeastern region of Difa on Sunday. At least 8 soldiers were killed when the post was targeted on March 7th last year. Attackers linked to the Islamic State in West Africa ISWAP group are suspected to be behind Sunday's attack, though the authorities often say the attackers are Boko Haram militants. Tanzania's President John Magufuli has rallied farmers in the country to increase food production, predicting global food scarcity later in the year caused by the effects of coronavirus pandemic. He urged farmers to take advantage of the reduced production by the largest food-producing countries in the wake of health restrictions imposed across the world. The Tanzanian president has been criticized for downplaying the pandemic in the country. He has repeatedly said the health crisis had been exaggerated and mocked by those who wear face masks. In June, he declared that the country was coronavirus-free thanks to prayers by citizens. The World Health Organization expressed concern over the government's strategy on COVID-19. Now, staying with developments in Tanzania, the country's Chief Justice, Ibrahim Jima, has announced that from February, all court decisions in that country will usually written in English will be translated into Swahili. Now, English has been the predominant language of law, courts, records, and proceedings in Tanzania since the colonial era, while Swahili is restricted to lower courts. Now, he added that greater care had to be taken when implementing the directive because English was used in legal training. Currently, district and resident magistrate courts use Swahili to hear cases, but the proceedings and judgments are recorded in English. According to a report by the Citizens, a similar system is used by the High Court and the Court of Appeal, except in few cases. Now, we hear that the spokesman for Uganda's government, Wono Opondo, has accused the United States of trying to subvert its recently held elections. U.S. Ambassador to Uganda, Natalie Brown, was on Monday stopped from visiting opposition leader Robert Kyagulanyi, popularly known as Bobby Wine, at his home in the capital, Kampala. Now, the U.S. State Department had on Monday called for independent, credible, impartial, and thorough investigations into many credible reports of irregularities in Uganda's general elections. President Yoweri Museveni, who won a sixth term, has denied claims of election irregularities. Now, away from politics to environmental matters now, where Mauritius has appointed a former judge to lead an inquiry into the circumstances in which a Japanese-owned vessel, the Wakashio, entered its waters and spilled hundreds of tons of oil. The MV Wakashio ran aground on a coral reef in July last year while carrying 4,000 tons of fuel, causing an ecological emergency off the coast of Mauritius. Now, former Judge Abdul Farik Hamut and his assessors will investigate the case and extent of the damage caused by the bulk carrier. Now, testimonies at the inquiry are expected to reveal how the hull of the vessel was cracked. About 15 people have so far confirmed their participation, including opposition leader Avin Boli, maritime safety experts, and social activists, along with government officials and crew members. Captain Suli Kumal Nadeshwal and his assistant were arrested after the vessel sunk. Now, a court in October rejected an appeal for bail made by the captain. Rwanda has imposed a 15-day lockdown on its capital, Kigali, as the country battles a second wave of corona cases that has resulted in unprecedented deaths and transmission rates. Now, coronavirus cases are on the rise in the country. Officials say 61% of the new cases since the new year were recorded in Kigali. The country has so far confirmed 11,259 cases and 146 deaths, according to a tally by the Johns Hopkins University. In a statement on Monday night, the government said all movements outside homes in the capital will require approved permits from the police except for essential service providers. The government has also increased the hours of nationwide nighttime curfew, which will now start at 6 p.m. local time to 4 a.m. Staying with COVID-19, related stories, the Education Authority in Mozambique's capital, Maputo, say 40 students have tested positive for COVID-19. The test results came back last week, but were announced on Monday by the Provincial Education Director, Yolanda Kosa. Of the 40 students, 23 study at Casado Gaeto Receptional Center and has returned home during the festive season. The infected students are in institutional and home isolation. The governor of Maputo province, Julio Parquec, urged schools to intensify enforcement of public health measures in order to reverse the situation. South Africa's Nobel Peace Prize laureate, Archbishop Desmond Tutu, has urged fellow citizens not to fear being vaccinated against COVID-19 as the country prepares to carry out mass vaccination. Bishop Desmond Tutu, winner of Nobel Peace Prize in 1984, pledged to be immunized once a vaccine becomes available to him. A poll conducted last year at the outbreak of the pandemic found 21% of South Africans were strongly opposed to COVID-19 vaccinations. The government has procured 1.5 million vaccine doses for January and February, with an additional 20 million doses billed for June. Away from COVID-19 updates, Ethiopian government-affiliated Fana Broadcasting Corporation, FBC, has reported that the Electoral Board in Ethiopia has deregistered the former ruling party of Tigray State, the Tigray People's Liberation Front, TPLF. Now, Fana reports, quoting a statement, revealed that the board accused TPLF of engaging in armed violence. It follows the party's decision to defy a nationwide ban on elections and involvement in a conflict against federal troops. The electoral body has demanded an explanation from 3 other Tigray political parties that took part in TPLF-organized regional elections in September. The body also counseled the registration of the Coalition for Unity and Democracy CUD party. In a related development, Somalia's Information Minister Oman Abuk Dube has dismissed reports that Somali soldiers took part in the conflict in Ethiopia's northern Tigray region. State-owned Somali Nation TV, SNTV, has reported that he denied reports that hundreds of Somali soldiers were killed in the conflict. The minister said the Ethiopian government did not request Somali soldiers to fight in Tigray. The minister's statement comes after a former deputy chief of Somalia's National Intelligence and Security Agency, NISA, Abdul Salai Yusuf Guruld, claimed that some 400 Somali soldiers were killed in Tigray in November of last year. You are watching your digital first Pan-African network, TOS TV. This is TOS News 360. Up next, business and sports. Do stay with us. Now, thanks for staying with us. And now to business, where gold prices were firmed at the second trading session of the week. The yellow metal is bouncing from its 1.5-month low seen at the last trading session. Gold bugs are going long on hopes for further stimulus programs to boost economic recovery from COVID-19. Now, at press time, gold futures were up by 0.38% at $1,836.0 an ounce after hitting the lowest point since December 2nd yesterday. Now, gold traders await statement from Secretary of the Treasury nominee Janet Yellen on U.S. stimulus programs and the U.S. dollar during her Senate confirmation scheduled to hold today. Now, present price action in the precious metal market will be choppy this week. Gold traders in the coming days will monitor key geographically drivers such as the Treasury Secretary nominee Janet Yellen's testimony and U.S. President-elect Biden's inauguration built for tomorrow. Now, in sports, Nigeria football legend Daniel Amokachi has been honored by his Turkish fan who opened a restaurant in Germany and named it after him. The former Super Eagles player took to his social media page to reveal how excited he is to be celebrated by his foreign fans. Amokachi was one of the best forwards during his active playing time, both in clubs and in playing for the Super Eagles. Before he retired from football, Amokachi won the 1994 Nations Cup with Nigeria. He played 44 games for the Super Eagles, netting 13 goals. Taking to his official Instagram page, the football veteran shared photos of restaurants which he said is located in Hanover, Germany, and thanked those in charge for the honor given him. He captioned the post, and I quote, "The love I get from my Turkish fans at Pizza Mokachi. If you are in Hanover, Germany, or you're visiting, please check it out. Hashtag Hanover." And that's it on TOS News 360, your digital first Pan-African network. More updates, visit our website, www.tosnetwork.com. And do follow and like TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube page. TOS TV is also available on TS TV as TOS News on channel 138. Do stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS TV Network. I am Kamyang John. Bye for now.
But we as a continent must now define ourselves.